Hello crafty friends, welcome back to the Prima marketing channel. I'm Adrienne, better known online as Alice Scraps Wonderland. Today I'm sharing my process for this floral window inspired mixed media panel using the Among the Wildflowers collection. Plus I'll share how to achieve dimension with layers of fussy cut elements and paper flowers. I'll have all of the Prima supplies listed for you in the description box below, so let's not waste any time and get right into this tutorial. Start by fussy cutting the window frame from the cutout element sheet in the Among the Wildflowers 12x12 paper pad. I like to use a craft knife and self-healing craft mat, but a pair of small scissors will also work. To create a blue sky background for the window frame, place it over a piece of blue and purple paper from the 6x8 paper pad and trace along the outside of the frame. Cut this out with scissors and set both of these aside for now. Then fussy cut several of the cherry blossom branches from one of the cutout element sheet in the 6x8 paper pad. This large one with a bluebird will go inside the window, and then smaller flower clusters will go around the window. Now, let's focus on the background for the canvas. I'm using an 8x8 canvas and cut one of the pink and yellow 12x12 pattern papers down to fit my canvas. Here you can see I'm distressing the edges of the paper. To attach the paper to your canvas, apply a thin layer of soft matte gel to the back of the paper, then press it onto the canvas. I like to use a brayer to help me laminate the paper to the canvas and get rid of any air bubbles or wrinkles. While that adhesive dries, let's work on some molds using both molds from the Among the Wildflowers collection. I used the redesigned casting mix to create my mold casts. What I love about this is that you don't have to prime your molds with gesso first, and the material sets up like plaster. I don't recommend the casting mix for delicate molds unless you intend on breaking it down into parts, like I did for the birds on a branch, which you saw that I've already painted. Here you can see me working on the birdhouse. I'm using the Art Philosophy Pastel Dreams and the Classics Watercolor Confection palettes. The key to working with watercolors is to let your paint dry before adding another color or layer of paint. This will prevent color mixing that you don't want. If you want a more detailed mold painting tutorial, be sure to check out the link in the description box. I mixed up a couple custom colors for this birdhouse. The sage green was made by mixing the mint green with one of the browns in the Pastel Dreams palette. I also made a golden yellow for some flower centers by mixing the yellow with a touch of orange in the Pastel Dreams palette. I also created some custom dark browns with the browns in the Pastel Dreams palette with the black in the Classics palette. And while I could have left the white daisies unpainted, I did cover them with the white in the Classics palette. I'll let this painting process play out a bit more for you. Let's highlight the texture on these molds. Once your watercolor paint is dry, dry brush some heavy white gesso over the molds to bring out that texture. I went a little heavier on the birdhouse so that it looked like whitewashed wood that was worn by time. Your canvas should be ready to alter further now. Use one of Ephemera's stencils to apply the paper texture paste through. You want to stencil with larger open areas as this will capture the texture of the paper paste better. While the paste dries, let's create the little window scene. Glue the bird on a branch to the blue and purple sky background, using a combination of liquid glue and foam adhesive to create lifelike dimension. I used a variety of foam adhesive thickness, placing the thicker foam toward the branch tip. Using foam adhesive, especially varying thicknesses of foam adhesive, will help you achieve that dimensional look for your paper elements and can help pop up molds and flowers when needed. Then use a thick foam adhesive, like 3mm thick, around the edges of the window frame and attach it to the sky background. I pulled some of the branches in front of the window frame at the end and also trimmed off excess background paper on the edges. Once the paste is dry, attach the window to the canvas with 2 layers of 3mm thick foam adhesive, adding the foam only to the center of the window so you can layer things underneath the window later. Then press the window onto the canvas. I left a little bit more room at the bottom of the canvas to accommodate my floral embellishment cluster. Then attach the birdhouse with foam adhesive and heavy body gel. Use more foam adhesive to add one of the Fussy cut cherry blossom branches. Then add the cherry blossom molds from the bird's cast to the roof of the birdhouse with heavy body gel. Take the 2 branches from the Spring Twig flower pack, plus 2 of the buds from the Lilac Breeze flower pack, and twist them together. Dry fit them to the bottom of the window frame. We'll be hiding the stems with some of the purple flowers and the daisies from the White Meadow flower pack, so dry fit those as well. Before gluing them in place, add another Fussy cut cherry blossom branch to the left side of the canvas with liquid and foam adhesive. Using heavy body gel, glue your branches and buds in place, then add the purple flowers and a daisy on top of the stems to hide the plain bits. You want the placement of these flowers to accommodate the bird closest to the birdhouse, so make sure you dry fit for that. Then add the bird and one of the smaller fussy cut cherry blossom clusters to the embellishment cluster with heavy body gel. I decided to pop the bird up a bit with some foam adhesive as well. Then sprinkle in some more of the white daisies and cherry blossoms from the white meadow and spring twig flower packs. And if you have a single cherry blossom mold from the bird's cast, add that in as well. Add another fussy cut cherry blossom cluster on top of the purple flowers using hot glue. On top of that, add a smaller purple flower and the other bird off to the side. Then fill in any other spots with more cherry blossoms from the spring twig flower pack. Take 4 butterflies and 2 bees out of the Vellum Ephemera pack. We'll be layering these, so make sure you have 2 sizes of the butterflies and 1 size of the bee. Using an adhesive that dries clear, add a tiny line of glue down the center of a butterfly and layer the 2 together. Do the same for the other butterfly and the bee. Once the Vellum Ephemera is dry, bend up the top wings gently, then add them to the canvas with foam and liquid adhesive. I chose to use a black foam adhesive for this. Next, add one of the chipboard sentiment stickers to the top of the window frame with some foam adhesive to pop it up more. To create a shabby cohesive look, dry brush white gesso on the flowers. Then add some art stones with soft matte gel. Before the gel dries, sprinkle a bit of glitter on some of the flowers. The finishing touch is adding some of the sage and crystals to your mixed media canvas. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this process video and that it inspires you to create a beautiful piece of spring art for your walls. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and to like this video to get more amazing inspiration and content from the Prima design team. And until next time, happy crafting!